Welcome back to Callahan's Corner. You asked the questions. We had some live right here on Facebook. Going to be talking about two of the most essential reports right now in the spring rush that I believe that every lawn care and landscape company should have. These two reports are going around labor success, the percentage of non-billable time and P4P or piece rate pay reporting. So we're going to dive in and break these two reports down in some screenshots. But why I think these are absolutely some of the most important that we should be looking at is the first, our non-billable time. So we go and set up our budget in our software. We're looking at a break-even number. So what it costs us per hour to operate. And then our billable, the difference is our bottom line net profit. So built into your break-even number is an average percentage of non-billable time. So as years go on, if the percentage of billable time stays the same, your hourly break even includes your non-billable drive time and shop time. If it goes beyond the capacity of what we budgeted from the previous years, your numbers are financially out of whack. So how would you actually go out and track this, you may ask? So what we're going to do is open up the screen in typical fashion here and take a look at these screenshots here. So I'm going to blow this up the best I can to show you here. But this first top one is the non-billable percentage of time inside Service Autopilot. So this is a custom report that we've actually built out here where we've got the total budgeted hours over a certain time span for like a year. Or it could be a week if we're looking at it, but there's a certain time span of budgeted hours. We have the clocked hours of in and out for payroll. So we have the budgeted hours versus the actual full payroll time from shop to shop time. And we've got the worked hours as well. So we're looking at the total payroll time versus the budgeted time and the clock time on the job. And what this does really, when you boil it all down here, is it gives you the percentage of downtime. So 27, 28, 31%, 27, 17, 32%. This one here obviously is an issue. It's negative 45%. So what we're doing is building in some logic in here to actually call this out. But if you had bad data, that's what it would look like. But this is typical what you may see in a company. 23%, 61, 14, 31, and 33. So this is based on the actual individual employee. And what we've done in a deeper version as a certified advisor is created a report now that we can filter down per crew for the actual clocked payroll time versus the actual budgeted time for the jobs and the percentage of downtime. So what we want to do is make sure our percentage of downtime in this example, minus the bad data, say 25%. If we were budgeting for 18 to 19% of average downtime, we'd have an issue because that 25% would pull up our break-even hourly expense. So we want to be able to track that percentage of non-billable drive time and shop time in Service Autopilot. So this is the first report that I highly recommend that you would want to build out and look at. If you need some help with that, let us know. We can obviously assist in that. And then the final one is our piece rate reporting in Service Autopilot as well, where we've got in this example here, two of us here going to a job is an example. I'm clocking in at 12 o'clock. The other individual is clocking out at 11 or clocking in at 11. They're leaving at 12:21 p.m. and I'm leaving at 12:34 p.m. And this is the summary of it. So for the easy math, when we tested this piece rate report or P4P, we can do a percentage of the invoice or a dollar amount times the budgeted hours. But this individual workman bee picked up 60% of the job. I picked up 40. And based on the payout level, this was their pay for the individual's job. So we spread this out to over eight different pay levels. And with that, different 8 level of pay levels, they could be at 18, 20, 22, 23, whatever it is per man hour or per hour pay. And you'd be able to see the whole work summed in here with the individual jobs as well. So obviously the screen size, I didn't make this too exhaustively detailed, but the idea here is I want to be able to track your non-billable time as a percentage to make sure we're within budget, and then have a P4P or piece rate pay that we can run weekly or bi-weekly based on a dollar per hour range for each employee. So that would be up to 8 different 8 pay raises or 8 percentages of the invoice. We have a really simple report that we can be run and do that. And we'd also have a minimum wage compliancy as well that we'd be able to run in there to make sure the time and a half was meeting the minimum wage requirements. Obviously, piece rate or P4P is not built to avoid overtime, but it is going to be built in a way that we want to make it compliant. So comments, questions, drop below. Top reports right now around labor that I'm looking at is our percentage of downtime for individual and crew, and be able to run a piece rate report or P4P natively inside Service Autopilot to avoid all the extra work in a Google Sheet or Excel sheet. So comments, questions, drop them below. And I want to say what's up to Jamie as well. And appreciate you guys watching. Callahan's Corner, you asked questions, we answer them live right here on Facebook.